Question number 1. If a shape is a square, then it is also a rectangle and a rhombus.
Smart pick. True is the correct choice.
Question number 2. Does the following create a triangle? Side lengths 3, 10th, 15th.
Valid point. No is true.
Question number 3. Which 3D shape has no vertices, no edges, and only a curved face?
Nicely done. Sphere is a solid answer.
Question number 4. What is a triangle called that has one angle equal to 90 degrees?
Well reasoned. A right triangle is the correct choice.
Question number 5. A quadrilateral in which all the sides are equal to each other is?
Correct response. Square is the most accurate answer.
Question number 6. A square, rectangle, trapezoid, and parallelogram are all dash.
Right again. Quadrilaterals is a valid answer.
Question number 7. What is the name of a triangle that has no equal sides or angles?
Good thinking. Scalene triangle is the right answer.
Question number 8. How many triangles can be created when you know all 3 angles?
Excellent choice. Multiple triangles is the right answer.
Question number 9. What is the correct term if the triangle has one 90-degree angle?
Strong choice. Right is the right answer.
Question number 10. Figures that have the same dash, phi, and size are congruent triangles.
You got it? Your choice shape is right.
Question number 11. Which of these lengths cannot represent the sides of a triangle?
Solid response. 20/30 fate is a valid choice.
Question number 12. The point of intersection of the altitudes of a triangle is the?
Clear logic. Your choice orthocenter is sound and 100% true.
Question number 13. Which of the following is a similarity criterion for triangles?
Perfect. Corresponding angles is the correct choice.
Question number 14. Which of the following figures has 2 pairs of parallel sides?
Good job. Your answer all of the above works well here.
Question number 15. If a triangle has 2 equal sides, what type of triangle is it?
Bravo. Isos is the answer.
Question number 16. True or false? It is possible to sketch a right obtuse triangle.
Correct. False is the right answer.
Question number 17. Equilateral triangles have how many congruent sides and angles?
Great thinking. 3 is the right choice.
Question number 18. The point where any 2 sides of a triangle meet is called dash.
Nice work. You chose vertex, and it is correct.
Question number 19. If a rectangle is cut in half, what 2 new shapes can you make?
Exactly. 2 squares make sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 20. The orthocenter is the intersection of the dash in a triangle. Right choice. Altitudes is the best answer.
Question number 21. What is the name of a quadrilateral with all 90-degree angles?
Sharp thinking. Rectangle is the right choice.
Question number 22. What is the name of a triangle that has a 105-degree angle in it?
Nice selection. Obtuse is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 23. Given 3 angle measures, how many triangles can you create?
Smart move. Multiple triangles is an accurate answer.
Question number 24. Pyramids and prisms are both belong to this category of shapes.
On track. Polyhedrons is the correct answer.
Question number 25. A dash is always a rhombus, but a rhombus is not always a dash.
Excellent. Square is a brilliant choice.
Question number 26. What is the least number of acute angles a triangle can have?
You're right. 2 is the correct answer.
Question number 27. Does the set of numbers represent a right triangle? 20, 25, 15.
Well picked. Yes is the correct answer.
Question number 28. What type of triangle has at least 2 sides of equal length? You chose an isosceles triangle, and it is correct.
Question number 29. A dash is a closed figure made up of 3 line segments. Well done. Triangle is the right choice.
Question number 30. Do these 3 side lengths form a right triangle? 13, 80, and 81?
Great job. No is the accurate answer.
Question number 31. Rigid transformations preserve the dash, L, and a dash of a figure.
Correct. Size and shape is the right answer.
Question number 32.
What is the measure of each angle in an equilateral triangle?
Solid response. 60 degrees is a valid choice.
Question number 33. When figures are similar, their corresponding angles are dash.
Nicely done. Congruent is a solid answer.
Question number 34. Name the quadrilateral with only 1 pair of parallel sides. Nice work. You chose trapezoid and it is correct. Question number 35. If a triangle has 3 acute triangles inside it is called? Good thinking. Acute triangle is the right answer. Question number 36. Which of these will flow and fill up any shape of container? Sharp thinking. Liquid is the right choice. Question number 37. Which of the following is not a triangle congruence theorem? Valid point. Size true. Question number 38. All corresponding angles in congruent figures are congruent. Good job. Your answer true works well here.
Question number 39. What type of triangle has one angle greater than 90 degrees?
Exactly. Obtuse triangle makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 40. Which of the following 3 sides does not form a triangle?
Great job. 9, 15, 4 is the accurate answer.
Question number 41. 2 adjacent angles that form a straight angle equal to 180. Strong choice. Linear pair is the right answer.
Question number 42. Which transformation turns a figure around a specific point?
You got it. Your choice rotation is right.
Question number 43. 2 angles that their sides form 2 pairs of opposite rays. Perfect. Vertical angles is the correct choice. Question number 44. Which of the following is not an example of a quadrilateral? Excellent. Triangle is a brilliant choice.
Question number 45. Classify the triangle as acute, obtuse, or right. 7, 15, 21.
Well done. Obtuse is the right choice. Question number 46. All of the faces on a pyramid that are not the base must be. Great thinking. Triangles is the right choice.
Question number 47. Which characteristic does not accurately describe polygons?
You chose curved sides,
And it is correct.
Question number 48. A triangle in which one angle is right angle is called dash. clear logic. Your choice right-angled triangle is sound and 100% true.
Question number 49. A triangle with two congruent sides and congruent base angles.
Bravo! Isosceles is the answer.
Question number 50. A triangle ABC AB equal to 7.8 cm, FE equal to 10 cm, and BC equal to 6 cm is dash.
Nice selection. Scalene triangle is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 51. Which quadrilateral has exactly one pair of parallel sides?
You're right. Trapezoid is the correct answer.
Question number 52. Fill in the blank. Altitudes hit the ground at dash degrees. Correct response. 90 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 53. Least number of possible acute angles in a triangle is dash.
Right choice. 2 is the best answer.
Question number 54. If the Pythagoras property holds, the triangle must be dash. Right again. Right-angled is a valid answer.
Question number 55. Select the measurements that match the sides of a triangle.
On track. 7 is the correct answer.
Question number 56. Do the segment lengths 9, 12, and 16 form a right triangle? Excellent choice. No is the right answer.
Question number 57. Which could be a set of measurements for an obtuse triangle?
Well reasoned. 1, 10, 30, 40 is the correct choice.
Question number 58. What is the name of a quadrilateral with 4 right angles?
Smart move. Rectangle is an accurate answer.
Question number 59. If a quadrilateral has 4 equal sides, then it is a square. Smart pick. False is the correct choice.
Question number 60. A dash is a polygon with 4 right angles and 4 equal sides.
Well picked. Square is the correct answer.
Question number 61. Which of the following angle cannot present in a triangle?
Nice selection. Reflex angle is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 62. Which of the following is not a congruence transformation?
Solid response. Reflection is a valid choice.
Question number 63. When two lines intersect, the angles opposite each other are.
On track. Vertical angles is the correct answer.
Question number 64. Which 2 shapes always have all sides of the same length?
Good thinking. Square and rhombus is the right answer.
Question number 65. Before answering any questions, your calculator must be in. Strong choice. Degrees is the right answer. Question number 66. What is the sum of all interior angles of a quadrilateral?
You got it. Your choice, 360, is right.
Question number 67. A triangle with one angle that is greater than 90 degrees.
Correct response. Obtuse is the most accurate answer.
Question number 68. An equilateral triangle is also an acute angled triangle.
Sharp thinking. True is the right choice.
Question number 69. Sun sends dash energies to Earth and warms Earth.
Excellent choice. Heat and light is the right answer.
Question number 70. What are the factors that can change the state of matter?
Nicely done. Temperature, pressure, and energy is a solid answer.
Question number 71. Which set of side lengths does not form a right triangle?
Perfect. 14,29 is the correct choice.
Question number 72. Which 3D shape has the same number of vertices and faces? Right choice. Pyramid is the best answer. Question number 73. What type of triangle has all sides of different lengths? Nice work. You chose Skeleton triangle and it is correct. Question number 74. An obtuse triangle has dash angle bigger than 90 degrees. Exactly. One makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 75. The point at which three medians intersect in a triangle? Excellent. Centroid is a brilliant choice. Question number 76. The place where all three medians meet is called the dash. You're right. Centroid is the correct answer. Question number 77. What are two attributes that we use to classify polygons? Good job. Your answer sides and angles works well here. Question number 78. What are the two shorter sides of a right triangle called? Smart pick. Legs is the correct choice. Question number 79. When a triangle has an obtuse angle inside it is called? You chose obtuse triangle, and it is correct. Question number 80. What do the interior angles in a triangle have a sum of? Valid point. 180 is true. Question number 81. Which is not a triangle based on the length of the side? Well done. Right triangle is the right choice. Question number 82. Does a triangle with these side lengths exist? They're 3, 16, 17. Well picked. No is the correct answer. Question number 83. Which group of side lengths will not create a triangle? Great thinking. 427 is the right choice. Question number 84. A triangle having three acute angles is called dash. Bravo! Acute angled triangle is the answer.
Question number 85. Can the sides of a triangle have lengths 4, 11, and 13?
Smart move. Yes is an accurate answer. Question number 86. How many lines of symmetry does a regular hexagon have?
Great job. 6 is the accurate answer.
Question number 87. A triangle with two congruent sides is called a dash.
Well reasoned. Isosceles triangle is the correct choice. Question number 88. A line of symmetry divides a shape into two equal parts. Correct. True is the right answer. Question number 89. Side on a right triangle is always the longest side. Right again. False is a valid answer. Question number 90. Which is not a postulate to prove triangle congruence?
Clear logic. Your choice A is sound and 100% true.
Question number 91. What do the angles in an equilateral triangle measure?
Correct. 60, 60, 60 is the right answer. Question number 92. What kind of triangle has no congruent or equal sides?
Strong choice. Scalene is the right answer. Question number 93. A line segment that cuts an angle into congruent parts. Bravo. Bisector is the answer. Question number 94. The Pythagorean theorem only works on which triangle? Excellent choice. Right is the right answer.
Question number 95. Which quadrilateral cannot be called a parallelogram?
You chose trapezoid. And it is correct. Question number 96. What do two lines that appear to intersect look like?
Smart pick. They cross each other is the correct choice.
Question number 97. What is the sum of the interior angles of a triangle?
Good thinking. 180 degrees is the right answer.
Question number 98. What would the graph of the equation x equal to 4 look like? You're right. Vertical line is the correct answer.
Question number 99. Can a triangle be formed with side lengths 10, 12, 22?
Exactly. No makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 100. An equilateral triangle can also be classified as an...
You got it. Your choice, isosceles, is right.
Question number 101. Edges and sides on a polygon refer to the same thing.
Perfect. True is the correct choice.
Question number 102. A acute triangle has dash angles less than 90 degrees. Correct response. 3 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 103. A triangle having one right angle is called dash.
Good job. Your answer, right-angled triangle, works well here. Question number 104. Which 3D shape has 5 faces and vertices and 8 edges? Well reasoned. Square-based pyramid is the correct choice. Question number 105. How can you classify a triangle based on its angles?
Sharp thinking. Acute, right, or obtuse is the right choice.
Question number 106. Can side length 6, 8, and 10 form a right triangle?
Right choice. Yes is the best answer. Question number 107. If 2 figures are similar, then the angles are dash. Great job. Congruent is the accurate answer. Question number 108. What is the longest side of a right triangle called? Well picked. Hypotenuse is the correct answer. Question number 109. Ratio of corresponding sides of 2 similar figures. Right again. Scale factor is a valid answer. Question number 110. Isosceles triangle will have dash line of symmetry. On track. 1 is the correct answer. Question number 111. How many angles of an isosceles triangle are equal?
Great thinking. 2 is the right choice.
Question number 112. In an equilateral triangle, measure of each angle is?
Solid response. 60 degrees is a valid choice.
Question number 113. When someone says cute, it makes you think of dash.
Excellent. Small is a brilliant choice. Question number 114. In a dash triangle, one angle is exactly 90 degrees. Smart move. Right is an accurate answer. Question number 115. The point where 3 medians meet is known as dash.
Nice selection. Centroid is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 116. A equal to 2.1, B equal to 7.2, C equal to 7.5. Is this a right triangle?
Clear logic. Your choice, yes, is sound and 100% true.
Question number 117. When the triangle has one right angle, it is called?
Well done. Right triangle is the right choice.
Question number 118. An equilateral triangle has dash lines of symmetry.
Nicely done. 3 is a solid answer.
Question number 119. All angles inside the triangle will add up to dash.
Valid point. 180 degrees is true.
Question number 120. Which of the following has 4 lines of symmetry?
Nice work. You chose square and it is correct.
Question number 121. Isosceles triangles have sides and angles. Nicely done. A 2 equal is a solid answer.
Question number 122. Angles that are exactly 90 degrees are called dash.
Valid point. Right angles is true.
Question number 123. Exterior point lies outside the triangle. True, false.
Bravo. True is the answer. Question number 124. How many acute angles must an acute triangle have? Perfect. 3 is the correct choice.
Question number 125. If two triangles are similar, their angles are dash.
Clear logic. Your choice congruent is sound and 100% true.
Question number 126. How many pairs of parallel sides does a kite have?
Right choice. 1 is the best answer.
Question number 127. What's the saying to remember the trig functions?
Good job. Your answer SOHCAHTOA works well here.
Question number 128. Which of the following shapes is a quadrilateral?
Right again. Rectangle is a valid answer.
Question number 129. Which of the following is a congruence postulate?
You got it. Your choice side, side, side. Congruence postulate is right.
Question number 130. What shape has 0 sides, 0 angles, and 0 vertices?
You chose circle, and it is correct.
Question number 131. The median of a triangle divides it into 2 dash.
Excellent choice. Triangles of equal area is the right answer.
Question number 132. Do the sides 15, 30, and 34 make a right triangle?
You're right. No is the correct answer.
Question number 133. Classify this triangle side lengths: 2 fem, 3 cm, 4 cm.
Strong choice. Scaling is the right answer.
Question number 134. All the angles in a triangle equal dasher degrees.
Smart pick. 180 is the correct choice.
Question number 135. Two angles or lengths that have the same measure.
Good thinking. Congruent is the right answer.
Question number 136. 3 or more lines that intersect at the same point.
Nice work. You chose concurrent lines and it is correct.
Question number 137. How many pentagons does a pentagonal prism have?
Nice selection. 2 is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 138. The centroid is in the interior of the triangle.
Exactly. Always makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 139. In a triangle, how many total degrees are there?
Great thinking. 180 degrees is the right choice.
Question number 140. Which shapes represents the sides of a pyramid?
Sharp thinking. Triangle is the right choice.
Question number 141. Which set of side lengths will make a triangle?
Well done. 6, 8, 13 is the right choice.
Question number 142. Which of the following shapes is not a polygon?
Well picked. Circle is the correct answer.
Question number 143. Two angles whose measures add up to 180 degrees.
Correct response. Supplementary is the most accurate answer.
Question number 144. A triangle with all angles less than 90 degrees.
Solid response. Acute is a valid choice.
Question number 145. Which side lengths would form a right triangle?
Well reasoned. 3, 4, 5 is the correct choice.
Question number 146. Which type of triangle has perpendicular sides?
Correct. A right triangle is the right answer. Question number 147. Which set of sides would make a right triangle? Great job. 5, 12, 13 is the accurate answer.
Question number 148. What is the length of the base of the triangle?
Excellent. 10 units is a brilliant choice.
Question number 149. What shape has 3 sides and 3 vertices?
On track. Triangle is the correct answer.
Question number 150. Which shape is both a rectangle and a rhombus?
Smart move. Square is an accurate answer.
Question number 151. A polygon that has 3 vertices is called a dash. Smart pick. Triangle is the correct choice. Question number 152. A parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Well done. Always is the right choice.
Question number 153. All triangles have dash sides and dash angles.
You chose 3 and 3, and it is correct.
Question number 154. An isosceles triangle can have an obtuse angle.
Great job. True is the accurate answer.
Question number 155. The vertical cross section of a cube is a dash.
Excellent choice. Square is the right answer. Question number 156. What is the calculated height of the triangle? Perfect. 212 units is the correct choice. Question number 157. 2 shapes that are congruent are also similar. On track. True is the correct answer. Question number 158. Do the lengths form a right triangle? 6, 8, 10. Nice work. You chose yes, and it is correct. Question number 159. Which 2D shape has infinite lines of symmetry? Valid point. Circle is true. Question number 160. Find the sum of interior angles in a heptagon. You got it. Your choice 900 is right.
Question number 161. What shape has only one set of parallel sides?
Right again. Trapezoid is a valid answer. Question number 162. Sides in similar figures must be proportional. Bravo. True is the answer.
Question number 163. What features do all triangles have in common?
You're right, and is the correct answer. Question number 164. Which shape can be both regular and irregular? Excellent. Hexagon is a brilliant choice. Question number 165. A triangle having 3 equal sides is called.
Good job. Your answer, equilateral triangle, works well here.
Question number 166. The properties of a triangular prism are dash. Well picked. 5 faces, vertices, 9 edges is the correct answer.
Question number 167. A triangle that has all equal sides is a dash.
Strong choice. Equilateral triangle is the right answer.
Question number 168. What must all angles of a triangle add up to?
Smart move. 180 degrees is an accurate answer.
Question number 169. How many degrees are in complementary angles?
Correct response. 90 degrees is the most accurate answer. Question number 170. A triangle with one angle equal to 90 degrees? Good thinking. Right is the right answer.
Question number 171. Which set of 3 sides could create a triangle?
Solid response. 5, 6, 7 is a valid choice.
Question number 172. How many sides does a regular pentagon have?
Great thinking.
5 sides is the right choice. Question number 173. Which of these is not a regular plane shape?
Exactly. Pentagon makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 174. Both prisms and pyramids are named for their.
Right choice. Base is the best answer.
Question number 175. How many right angles does a rectangle have?
Correct. 4 is the right answer.
Question number 176. The congruent sides of an isosceles triangle.
Nice selection. Leg is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 177. All angles in similar figures are congruent.
Well reasoned. True is the correct choice.
Question number 178. Which figure is not classified as a polygon?
Nicely done. Circle is a solid answer. Question number 179. Two equilateral triangles are dash similar.
Sharp thinking. Always is the right choice.
Question number 180. Resizing a figure by a certain scale factor.
Clear logic. Your choice dilation is sound and 100% true.
Question number 181. Which is the longest side of a right angle?
Good job. Your answer hypotenuse works well here.
Question number 182. True or false? Trapezoids are quadrilaterals. Good thinking?
True is the right answer.
Question number 183. Which shape is not a type of parallelogram? Strong choice. Trapezoid is the right answer. Question number 184. Dash is the biggest planet in solar system. Perfect. Jupiter is the correct choice.
Question number 185. Dash is ball of hot gases out in the space.
Great thinking. Star is the right choice.
Question number 186. All of these are quadrilaterals except dash. Solid response. Triangle is a valid choice.
Question number 187. Which quadrilateral is not a parallelogram?
Exactly. Trapezoid makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 188. A equal to 6, B equal to 8, and C equal to 10s. This a right triangle. Valid point. Yes is true. Question number 189. What is the sum of all angles in a rhombus? Correct. 360 degrees is the right answer.
Question number 190. Supplementary angles measured dash degrees.
Right again. 180 is a valid answer.
Question number 191. A right triangle has dash a 90-degree angle.
Clear logic. Your choice 1 is sound and 100% true. Question number 192. Dash is the only star in the solar system. Excellent. Sun is a brilliant choice. Question number 193. How many midsegments does a triangle have?
Smart pick. 3 is the correct choice.
Question number 194. A right triangle has a dash-shaped angle.
Correct response. L is the most accurate answer.
Question number 195. Which 3D shape has two circles as its faces?
You're right. Cylinder is the correct answer.
Question number 196. What is the opposite of squaring a number?
Well done. Square root is the right choice.
Question number 197. The altitudes and medians coincide in dash.
Excellent choice. Equilateral triangle is the right answer. Question number 198. A triangle that has 3 congruent angles.
Smart move. Equiangular is an accurate answer.
Question number 199. Squares, rectangles, and rhombuses are all.
Nice work. You chose parallelogram, and it is correct.
Question number 200. Name a property of an isosceles triangle.
Well picked. Two sides are equal is the correct answer.
Question number 201. What is the measurement of a right angle?
Nicely done. 90 is a solid answer.
Question number 22. The rectangle has dashed lines of symmetry.
Well reasoned. 2 is the correct choice.
Question number 203. What type of triangle is being discussed?
On track. Isosceles is the correct answer.
Question number 204. Does the sides 12, 4, 17 make a triangle?
Nice selection. No is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 215. Some triangles have multiple right angles.
Bravo. False is the answer.
Question number 206. Sun is dash if compared with other stars.
Sharp thinking. Medium in size is the right choice.
Question number 207. How many sides does a quadrilateral have?
Right choice. 4 is the best answer. Question number 208. A proportion is two ratios that are dash.
Great job. Equal is the accurate answer.
Question number 209. Can these sides form a triangle? 6, 4, 4. You got it? Your choice, yes, is right.
Question number 210. Angles in a triangle must add up to dash.
You chose 180 degrees, and it is correct.
Question number 211. An equilateral triangle is one that has.
Nice work. You chose 3 equal sides, and it is correct.
Question number 212. What do we call all shapes with 4 sides?
Well picked. Quadrilateral is the correct answer.
Question number 213. Congruent shapes are size and shape.
Correct. A. The same is the right answer.
Question number 214. A trapezoid is a type of parallelogram.
You chose false, and it is correct. Question number 215. Dash parallelograms are quadrilaterals. Nice selection. All is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 216. How many altitudes can a triangle have?
Solid response. 3 is a valid choice. Question number 217. A dash is any polygon that has 4 sides.
Smart pick. Quadrilateral is the correct choice.
Question number 218. Angles that are opposite of each other.
Perfect. Vertical angles is the correct choice.
Question number 219. What triangle has all sides congruent?
Correct response. Equilateral triangle is the most accurate answer. Question number 220. Which triangle has no congruent sides? You got it? Your choice, Kaylin, is right. Question number 221. Which shape has 6 sides and 6 corners? Great job. Hexagon is the accurate answer. Question number 222. Which 3D shape has triangles as sides?
On track. Pyramids is the correct answer.
Question number 223. True or false, a rhombus is a trapezoid.
Right choice. False is the best answer. Question number 224. A rectangle must be a dash and a dash. Good thinking. Quadrilateral parallelogram is the right answer. Question number 225. 2 right triangles are dash similar.
Well done. Sometimes is the right choice.
Question number 226. Can a triangle has two obtuse angles?
Clear logic? Your choice no. Not possible is sound and 100% true.
Question number 227. How many medians a triangle can have?
Well reasoned. 3 is the correct choice.
Question number 228. Triangle that has two congruent sides.
You're right. Isosceles triangle is the correct answer.
Question number 229. A liquid can change its shape easily.
Valid point. True is true.
Question number 230. A rectangle can also be called a dash.
Exactly. Parallelogram makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 231. An equilateral has dash equal sides.
Excellent. 3 is a brilliant choice. Question number 232. Which triangle has all acute angles?
Smart move. Acute is an accurate answer.
Question number 233. What are the 3 states of matter?
Right again. Solid, liquid, and gas is a valid answer.
Question number 234. What do you call a singing computer?
Nicely done. Adele is a solid answer.
Question number 235. A triangle can be classified as dash.
Sharp thinking. Neither of these is the right choice.
Question number 236. How many corners does a circle have?
Excellent choice. Zo is the right answer.
Question number 237. Total length of an object's boundary.
Strong choice. Perimeter is the right answer.
Question number 238. How many angles are in the triangle?
Bravo. 3 is the answer.
Question number 239. Triangles can be classified by their...
Great thinking.
Both sides and angles is the right choice.
Question number 240. A square has dash lines of symmetry.
Good job. Your answer 4 works well here.
Question number 241. A rhombus can also be called a dash. Clear logic. Your choice parallelogram is sound and 100% true. Question number 242. The base of a triangular prism is a... You chose triangle, and it is correct.
Question number 243. A right triangle can be equilateral.
Solid response. False is a valid choice.
Question number 244. Which one is acute angled triangle?
Smart move. Through and 45 is an accurate answer.
Question number 245. A triangle's angles add up to dash.
Bravo, 180 degrees is the answer.
Question number 246. A square can also be called a dash. You're right. Rhombus is the correct answer.
Question number 247. An obtuse angle can be equilateral.
Excellent choice. False is the right answer. Question number 248. An isosceles has dash equal sides. Nice work. You chose 2 and it is correct. Question number 249. Equilateral triangles are also. Well picked. Aequiangular is the correct answer. Question number 250. A triangle with no congruent sides.
Sharp thinking. Scalene is the right choice.
Question number 251. Triangle that has one obtuse angle. Good thinking. Obtuse triangle is the right answer. Question number 252. The nearest star to Earth is dash.
Excellent. The sun is a brilliant choice.
Question number 253. What is the area of the triangle?
You got it? Your choice 60 square units is right.
Question number 254. Medians and altitudes are same in.
Smart pick. Both is the correct choice.
Question number 255. The base of a square pyramid is a...
Strong choice. Square is the right answer.
Question number 256. Which shape has 4 square corners?
Nice selection. Rectangle is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 257. Who sings the song All Eyes on Me?
Good job. Your answer 2-pack works well here.
Question number 258. An equilateral triangle has dash.
Nicely done. 3 equal sides is a solid answer.
Question number 259. A parallelogram is a rectangle.
Correct response. Sometimes is the most accurate answer.
Question number 260. Can we see any star during day?
Well done. True is the right choice.
Question number 261. Triangles are dash dimensional.
Well reasoned. 2 is the correct choice.
Question number 262. How many sides in the triangle?
Right again. 3 is a valid answer.
Question number 263. 2 triangles are similar if dash.
Perfect. Their angles are congruent is the correct choice.
Question number 264. A square is a regular polygon.
Correct. True is the right answer. Question number 265. A trapezoid always has 5 sides. On track. False is the correct answer.
Question number 266. A right angle is dash degrees.
Exactly. 90 makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 267. Sides A and B are called legs.
Valid point. True is true.
Question number 268. Which shape is always regular? Great thinking. Circle is the right choice.
Question number 269. An isosceles triangle has dash.
Right choice. 2 equal sides is the best answer.
Question number 270. An octagon has dash vertices.
Great job. 8 is the accurate answer.
Question number 271. Right angles are corners.
Bravo. A square is the answer.
Question number 272. A rhombus is always a square.
Excellent. False is a brilliant choice.
Question number 273. A pentagon is a quadrilateral.
Perfect. False is the correct choice.
Question number 274. The triangles are similar by...
You're right. SAS is the correct answer.
Question number 275. Dash is bigger than Jupiter.
Right again. Sun is a valid answer. Question number 276. Which of these is a liquid?
You got it. Your choice water is right.
Question number 277. An obtuse triangle has dash.
Well picked. 1 obtuse angle is the correct answer.
Question number 278. All squares are rectangles.
Strong choice. True is the right answer.
Question number 279. A scalene triangle has dash.
Nice work. You chose no equal sides and it is correct.
Question number 280. Identical in shape and size. Solid response. Congruent is a valid choice. Question number 281. A pyramid has dash base. Nicely done. 1 is a solid answer. Question number 282. A trapezoid always has dash. Excellent choice. Parallel lines is the right answer. Question number 283. A hexagon has dash angles. Nice selection. 6 is the correct and valid answer. Question number 284. A triangle has dash sides. Sharp thinking. 3 is the right choice.
Question number 285. Vertical angles are always. Well done. Congruent is the right choice.
Question number 286. Same shape, different size. Exactly. Similar makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 287. 16. Acute, right or obtuse? On track. Acute is the correct answer. Question number 288. Matching sides are called. Good job. Your answer corresponding sides works well here. Question number 289. A right triangle has dash.
Great job. One right angle is the accurate answer.
Question number 290. Math 8 is the best class.
Good thinking. True is the right answer.
Question number 291. What does SAS stand for?
Well reasoned. Side angle side is the correct choice.
Question number 292. Which of these is true?
Smart move. Solids hold their shape is an accurate answer.
Question number 293. The prefix quad means? You chose 4, and it is correct! Question number 294. A circle is a polygon.
Valid point. False is true.
Question number 295. All triangles are dash.
Correct response. Flat is the most accurate answer.
Question number 296. Water vapor is a dash. Clear logic? Your choice gas is sound and 100% true. Question number 297. Congruent means dash?
Correct. Same is the right answer.
Question number 298. Find the value of x. Great thinking. 18 is the right choice. Question number 299. Is this game fun? Right choice. Not at all is the best answer. Question number 300 plus 50, 10.
Smart pick. 1 pre 2 is the correct choice.
Question number 301. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Well picked. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is the correct answer.